This is 101 Awakening. It's July 27, 2025, and it's 4:56 a.m. So what is awakening? Awakening to me is basically a jolt inside my soul. Because that's what it is. When you start hearing the truth, your body gets jolted to listen to what reality is all about. So let's just say I got a bolt of lightning on my head, and that bolt of lightning just opened up everything that I didn't know about my life on earth. You hear a lot of people talk about awakening is coming back to you, to yourself as one with God, and God is one with you. And that's basically what I received one day. I got a calling from God, literally from my angel saying to me, God wants to talk to you. No, I'm not spiritual person. I don't go to church. I don't do this. I don't do that. I'm not a very religious person. But do I believe in God? Of course I do, because He's our creator. We are created somehow, right? Somebody created us. So that someone I know is the only one is God. So what bolt of lightning did I receive? When Archangel Metatron put his hand over my head, that was a freaking bolt of lightning because he gave me so much energy of white light, and I saw the light. And that took place on March 2023. So it's taking me that long to fully awaken my soul that I'm able to teach you all the knowledge that I learned throughout my awakening process. You know, it's like going to a party and you go into a room and you look around and you say to yourself, I don't belong here. I gotta leave. Well, that's what awakening is about. And there are times in your life that you say to yourself, I don't feel like I belong here. That's because you don't. Your body belongs on earth, but your mind and soul belong somewhere else. So you start finding out the truth. What is the truth about your life on earth? What is it that's making you feel uncomfortable about your life? What is it that's making you feel uncomfortable around your surroundings or the people that you interact with? Family members, strangers, co-workers, whatever it might be. Awakening is figuring out what's making you ill at all times. Awakening is finding out what's outside of you that's causing your internal system to defunct or malfunction. What's causing your mental illness inside of you and outside of you? The malfunction is the disturbances that you are feeling in your heart and inside your mind. Awakening is finding out the truth about your energy and what's sucking the life out of you. Awakening is about finding out what humanity is all about. Awakening is about why you're letting others outside of you control you. Awakening is removing all the fear inside of you and outside of you. Awakening is about remembering that you don't drive yourself, but you travel. Awakening is remembering that you don't belong on the land, you belong somewhere else. It's remembering that the land ties you down to all the material things in life. Because if you don't have all these material things in life, then you're free to travel. If there's nothing holding you back, then your soul is free to travel. Because nobody is holding you back. When there's nobody holding you back, then you're back to yourself, oneness with your soul. Awakening is finally realizing that everything that you learn on earth is false. Awakening is basically realizing that everything on earth is not a coincidence. Everything on earth has been planned inside and outside your life. Awakening your soul is really admitting to yourself that you're actually just an actor in a play that's been directed by this evil person. and that every scenery and every part of the movie has been all orchestrated. It's just all a big production industry. And realizing as an actor that everyone outside of you are just the extras in the movie that you're playing in. And those extra people in that movie set will create interference into your movie set. And if it creates disturbances in the movie set, you're now out of work. Because those extra people in the movie set can take over your role. And when they take over your role, guess what? You're out of a job. And when you're out of a job, what do? You realize, well, I guess the industry is not for me. I better get back to reality of life that I don't belong in this industry anymore. So then you look for a job that nobody else can take. Because on earth, they make you feel like you're dispensable, when in fact, you're really indispensable. So awakening is believing in the truth, getting rid of all the actors and the directors and the extras out of your life. And when you get rid of the actors, the directors, and the extras, then you become a private enterprise. Because once you become private, you will sell yourself to others based on your own belief systems, based on what you learned about the dirtiness of the industries. Because that's what it is. Whenever you're in a job and you're not happy about it, that's because you're finding about the disrespectful of ways that the industry is working around you and inside of you. You want to tell everybody about the dirty industry. You want to tell everybody who will listen to you. You become the advocate of that industry of hell, of fear, of control. Because that's what it is. When you quit a job, it's because you no longer believe in the system, because it's no longer making you happy. So yes, your life on earth is all about your actions. Remember, you're acting actions. So if the acting industry is giving you wrong information and you keep believing that wrong information, then you will keep acting based on what they feed you, right? You will stay in that industry because they're giving you lots of money to act the wrong way. Because when you read a manuscript, you could say, that's not how it should go. You question the manuscript, right? But the director will tell you, if you don't like the manuscript, then quit. But because you are bound to a contract to finish that movie set, you finish it without your consent on the entirety of the manuscript's written dialogues. And that's what your life is on earth. It's just a manuscript of dialogues that you need to perform in life. Awakening is figuring out that everything inside of you and outside of you is a script. Until one day you realize that you're no longer part of that show. You no longer want to be part of that production. To me, that's what awakening is about. Removing myself from the entirety of control that's been put in my life. Awakening to me is figuring out how to maneuver my boat on the water, and that I'm the captain of my own vessel. I can put my own vessel of ship in a dock without anybody's help, and I can navigate my own way in this massive ocean of water. I have the option to port on the land or stay above the water. Because awakening is not about drowning, it's about saving yourself. I will call this post, Your Soul Above the Water.